Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, my name is Odds, and we are going to be discussing Season 3, Episode 2 of The Mandalorian, I believe titled The Mines of Mandalore. If you're new here today, I would love for you to subscribe. I do 2 videos a week, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, beauty, vlogs, or something on this channel for everyone, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And if you like this video while you're watching, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. So, as usual, I'm starting with a recap of the episode, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on what is next at the end and kind of overall thoughts on the episode. So, the opening scene of the episode looks like we have some pod racing going on in Tatooine, so I'm not sure if that's still something that's happening, but it definitely looked like a pod race, like calling back to the Phantom Menace with the pod racing, but it was in the town center in Mos Eisley, so yeah, pod racing on Tatooine, maybe it's still a thing. Mando and Grogu go to meet Peli Motto to try to get a part for IG-11, and Grogu does do a force jump. He does a force jump twice in this episode, I believe. So he jumps into Peli Motto's arms. It's really cute. And instead of getting a part, which is not going to be able to be found by the Jawas, she convinces him to take R5. And R5 is a little scaredy droid. He was previously in the Clone Wars animated series. I can't remember who was the master of R5, but he was one of the droids in the Clone Wars. Din arrives on Mandalore, and he's cut off communication-wise from the rest of the galaxy, which comes to play later when he gets captured by a robotic hermit crab. He then sends Grogu to go get Bo-Katan to come help him, which she does. She returns to Mandalore with Grogu and R5, and then goes to break Din out. We see her wield the Darksaber. She is clearly much more skilled with the Darksaber than Din is. Din does wield the Darksaber earlier in the episode. He's just not a pro at really the Darksaber. I mean, he got it by chance and doesn't really know how to use it. So, meanwhile, Bo-Katan knows how to use the Darksaber. She was trained with it. Bo takes him to the living waters underneath the mines, and right when he's bathing in the living waters, he gets sucked under by a beast, because of course we have to have beasts in this, and she rescues him again, and that's the end of the episode. So, rescue count for Bo-Katan is twice, which is really interesting because when Grogu goes to get Bo-Katan for help, she thinks it's Din arriving, and she's like, how many times do I have to tell you I just want to be left alone? But the minute she sees it's just Grogu, she immediately goes to help him. So I know a lot of people don't like her and think of her as just a villain, but is she not worthy of a redemption arc? Like, Darth Vader had a redemption arc. Can Bo-Katan not have one? I understand she started off as a terrorist, but that's my girl. That is my girl. So yeah, I hope we're just leaning towards a Bo-Katan and Din Djarin friendship. I'm thinking that maybe they might go the relationship route with them, which I hope they don't, for several reasons. One, I think Bo-Katan is a lesbian, so I would love her to be by herself or you know, maybe get her somebody else that could pair off with her. I thought that would be Casca Reeves, but she left her between seasons, so it does not look like that is going to happen. But I think they might go the relationship route, and that was my fear last season, that they were going to go the relationship route, and it seemed like she was going to be a villain, at least by the trailers, but I think that was like a misdirect, so it can show her actually helping him. I think she's just big mad, and she has every right to be mad. I mean, she lost the Darksaber and Din kind of got it by chance, and he is now going to have the capability to rule Mandalore if he wants, just based on the Darksaber, at least through the other factions of the Mandalorians, because it doesn't look like the Watch really cares about the Darksaber. They care about every other piece of Mandalorian lore, but they don't seem to care about the fact that he has the Darksaber. He's showed it to the armor before, and she doesn't seem to care. The other guy played by Jon Favreau seems like he cared, but that was it. She didn't really care. So it's not really going to be a big deal for her, but I'll see. I think the end we will see a unification of the Mandalorians that are left. I don't see Bo-Katan taking the creed and going without taking her helmet off because she loves to be helmetless. Who wouldn't? You know, it wouldn't be pleasant to like sleep with that helmet on. So, yeah, we'll see how that ends up being. But I really do think they're gonna push for a relationship between her and Din. And I hope I'm wrong. That's all I'll say about that. We got to see more of Grogu using the Force in this. Like I said, he did Force jumping. Bo-Katan does bring up the fact that she fought alongside Jedi and asks him how powerful he is in the Force. So I think we're going to see more Force powers of Grogu in the upcoming season. So be on the lookout for that. This was a short video this week, which is great for me editing it. But let me know what you thought on the let me know what you thought of the episode down below and of this video, and I will see you on Saturday with a new video. Bye!